up their second win of the tournament in a very dominating victory over G2 Esports. And, you know, looking at this champion select, I was like, oh, there's a lot of things that I'm going to want to talk about and ask you guys questions about. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's all moot when you hand over first blood, a triple kill in the top lane, and a kill in the mid lane on a failed turret dive, all within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yep, those plays were really bad by Europe, honestly, and G2. And CLG did have good prep for those plays, and they did execute properly. I liked how they utilized their teleport advantage. I liked their level 1 punish, where they were able to get the first blood, and then it was one big snowball from there.
Yeah, so let's the one part of this game that I was like incredibly impressed with, that I actually thought NA set up really well as opposed to G2 gifting them a lot of the advantage, was their level 1. CLG has consistently shown that their level 1s are tight as heck, you know, invading in deep, able to get it done, but at the end of the day, that costs them to blow a teleport, and they go for this gank, and it just all backfires.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at this top lane. The teleport is still up for Ekko, not Ekko, for Darshan right here, and he gets a triple so easy. Like, Emperor tries to go for the kill and even ease in.
Exactly, and it goes from bad to worse, too, because as they're chasing down kills here, Kikis had tried to roam for the mid lane and flopped a gank horribly onto HuHi, who had actually not been able to escape the initial move by the Ryze. So, like, at that point of the game, I think there were some concerning parts for CLG as they tried to close it out. I thought Azir wasn't part of HuHi's champion pool coming into this event. I still don't think Azir is part of his champion pool because he missed a lot of
This is that game you were talking about here, where Kikis roams in.
And
It was close.
This is really bad out of Kikis, though, because you secure the kill. Like, 100% you have to secure the kill. He's not getting out any other way. So, like, you're dead regardless. Like, one turret shot, you should know that. Just keep hitting the guy because you're going down.
Yeah.
Right, you might as well trade the 1-for-1 as opposed to the 1-for-0.
And a flash.
Away from, yeah, exactly, and a flash, and the amount of time that you spent roaming away from your own lane. So overall, I mean, CLG afforded opportunities by some poor decision-making on side of G2, but it's capitalization. We can't ignore that. But let's talk a little bit more then about the cleanliness of closing this out, because not every team, when we look at RNG, Flash Wolves, and SKT, are going to give CLG the same kind of opportunities to close out a game that G2 did here.
Yeah, I think that there were a lot of questionable moves there by HuHi's Azir. He kept dying to Ryze randomly, and like we mentioned, that Perkz' itemization was pretty much on par with HuHi, even though it was a 12,000 gold difference.
Right.
But I do have to say for CLG, it's very hopeful because they're 2-1. They've played 3 of the teams that are supposed to be right on their level that they're competing with. Now they have the international wildcard team and the Korean team to deal with. So playing the odds are going to be 3-2 heading into second round robin, and that's great for them.
And you know, going into this day, we said, can Darshan lift up his level? Answer immediately, yes. He had some mistakes, but
Come on.
All right, no response.
That was easy.
no, but you have to understand, right? Okay, so this is an easy game, but how do they do it? The exact same way that they've been winning North American games. This isn't easy. You got here onto the world stage, like, you still have to pull the trigger on the teleport play. I mean, yesterday I'm sitting there watching MMD. I'm like, you have so many teleport plays that you can make bottom lane.
Yeah.
He just doesn't make the play. CLG, every time, they punish every mistake in the early game, and that is hard to do.
Yeah. That being said, there were some mechanical misplays as well. We saw a couple times people failing to, get over the Baron wall and having to blow flashes. Those are the kinds of things that we're going to look for them to clean up moving into the future. That's enough of that game, though. Now for a word with victorious CLG, we're going to send it down to Shox, who's standing by.
Well, thank you so much, Dash. I'm joined here by Darshan and Xmithie, and they could, of course, hear you guys talking about the game just now, and there were some giggles there with the flashes over the walls and stuff. Overall, though, fantastic game for you guys, and we heard Spawn talk about you, Darshan, specifically in that early game. Tell me what happened there, because out of nowhere, seemingly, you guys came up with a triple kill and had a huge advantage to start things off.
Yeah, for some reason, all these teams are just trying really hard to gank our bottom lane, and then like every single time I'm just TPing behind them for free kills. But yesterday when I TP'd behind them, I didn't have E up, so I just walked up and kind of died. But this time I had all my abilities, so they all just kind of died. And I think yesterday I was kind of a little more unfocused, but I think as we go into the tournament, myself and the team are going to keep playing better and better as we get more focused and kind of understand our opponents better.
Yeah, however, for you specifically, yesterday we had some moments where the ultimate didn't come out and it might have decided a game, and we know that you are someone who always has a lot of confidence coming into these international tournaments. Can you kind of talk to me about the difference between that first game and then the second you ended up winning, and then this game that you absolutely dominate?
I think it was actually just me being more focused because I think 99 times out of 100, I'm going to remember to press R on Maokai before I W in and then lose us a 50-minute game. But that time I just like kind of like brain farted, and like that kind of happens once in a while. But if I'm making those kind of plays every game, then I'm just bad. But if I make that like once every 100 games, then it's like, okay, sometimes you just feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. It happens. Xmithie, in this one specifically, all those things were happening. You ended up with only 1 assist. What was going on in your mind? Because you weren't too much part of the beginning of the game.
Well, yeah, I was actually in the fight, but I just got a little bit too late. I even tried to flash in, try to get an assist. At the last skill, I even tried to ask my team to give me an assist, guys, because I need like a stack or something, but they just killed him. In this game, like everyone's communication was just more on point. We're more focused, like Darshan said. And in this game, we didn't need to beat them like individually, like mechanically. We just need to work as a team.
Yeah, how would you say you feel your team, CLG, has done so far under the circumstances? Because we know IEM wasn't the greatest success. We think back to Worlds Week 2 and last year around. Do you feel like you've made big strides coming here and practicing here?
Yeah, definitely. I guess we're winning more now than I am, so that's first. And yeah, I guess just the jitters before, like no one had like foreign really experience like our rookies, so it's just like more of a stride for us, like actually a really huge stride for us.
Yeah, Darshan, we heard in a video before the game you talking about, hey, we don't even get the support from our NA fans, and I think we deserve that. How much is an NA over EU victory important in that?
I think it's pretty big, but honestly, that game, we just got a really huge lead. I think G2 is a lot better than that game was, and I think it should have been a much closer game. I do think we're better than EU right now, but I'm hoping like the next time we play them and in future tournaments, like it's a lot more competitive because I feel like EU as a region is a lot better than they've been showing so far at this tournament.
To wrap it up, maybe now you are on the route to being 3-1, knowing that you have Supermassive later and you seem like you can go up against them as well. But then the possible rematch versus RNG, a team like SKT. Stixxay said, hey, we can be top 2. I'm going to leave it at that. I'd love to know what you guys think.
Well, our motto coming to this tournament is respect all, fear none. Doesn't matter if it's Supermassive or SKT. We're going to be paired as the most that we can on every team. So that's our goal.
Darshan.
Well, there's something about SKT when they play in tournament that they always look unstoppable and they're really hard to play against. And the last time we played against them, I felt like we had a pretty good chance of winning the game, but then we just, every way we knew how to play, we just kind of threw out the window. And I feel like that's the biggest problem against SKT is, yes, they're really good, but if you respect them enough, but not too much that you fear them, you can actually do well against them. And I think if we just go into the game with the right mindset, we can put up a much better fight.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Fantastic game here, you guys. Congratulations, Xmithie and Darshan. And CLG taking out Europe. And talking about SKT, they are setting up on stage right now. The world champion undefeated going up against an also undefeated RNG, the home crown favorites. What a game coming up next. Don't go anywhere.